welcome back to my channel. We have a very special treat for you today. We are doing a resort review on Sandals located in Curacao, and this is a brand new resort that my clients Isaac and Liz just stayed at. They just came back about 2 weeks ago, and they're doing this video with us to share their experience and to tell you all the great things about this beautiful resort. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel so that you can share all of your knowledge and your experience about this resort.
Sure. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Of course. So I first want to start with, what was it like when you first stepped on the property and your experience in terms of like the how the resort looked? Like what were your thoughts about the resort aesthetically?
You start off?
Yeah.
Ooh, let me tell you, when we first arrived, we were greeted. We had an opportunity. They gave us like these cool towels, which were needed. We had a chance to cool off, and our luggage was whisked away. And so we had a little bit of time to just explore the grounds while our luggage was being delivered to our room.
Nice.
And I would just say breathtaking. I think that's the best word I could use to describe, our initial reaction. It was just beautiful. I was feeling the decor, the aesthetics, the vibe. It was just
beautiful property.
Beautiful.
It was.
Yes.
Yeah. Like as they were greeting us, they brought the towels. I was taken away by the towels. It was so hot.
But, oh, wow, thank you. I need this.
Pretty much. So I was kind of barely there. They were offering champagne, but over like behind them as they were talking, you just see this beautiful infinity pool, and you just knew like, okay, this is going to be a wonderful vacation. And it was perfect.
And actually, with you saying new, I forgot to mention, for those of you that don't know, Sandals in Curacao just opened in June. So you were my first clients that I sent here, and I was a little nervous. I think I told you, because I'm like, usually I don't send someone so soon because everything sometimes is not open, and the staff isn't fully trained. But Sandals, the brand itself, like, is incredible. So I think overall you were very happy with it, although it was a brand new resort, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
For sure. I think we were saying our top vacation so far.
Excellent. I love hearing that. Look, and we're going to make it better as we go along, because this is now the third trip I booked for y'all.
Yes.
So what was the check-in process like? Like, was it a smooth check-in? Like, even with taking your luggage and getting the luggage like delivered to your room, how was that process like?
So it was mostly smooth. They're still working out some kinks logistically, just because they are new, but very professional, very much like, if I had a question, I tried to touch my bag. They were like, no, sir, no. You're on vacation.
Yeah, I love it.
So
they fully pamper you, right?
Definitely. And, it was just such a warm greeting, like this genuine, like, we're happy to have you here. And from the get-go, you could just sense this genuine investment in your enjoyment. Like, we are committed to you having a good time. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel pressured, but it just felt very sincere. And when we got there, we were able to connect with some people, other guests there who were also getting checked in around the same time. Like I said, they offered us champagne, and then they sent us on our way to go ahead and get a bite to eat.
Right.
And
I was going to say, speaking of eating, what did you think about the restaurants?
Oh, gosh.
It's my favorite topic.
Oh, food.
Yes. It was so good.
It was.
It was like just quality, top-notch cuisine, and I just love it. It's like they had something for everyone.
That's important. That's really important. And I believe you have a gluten allergy. So how was that for you?
So I was a little nervous beforehand. And you were such a gem in notifying them. And I was thinking also, oh, they're new. I wonder if they're going to have options available. But regardless of what, food spot we selected that evening, they had not just one option, but multiple. And it was so good. I did not feel like I was missing out on anything. They just had They had something for my sweet tooth. They had something savory. They had a lovely dish, prepared. And I love they had something for whatever mood you're in. So like the food trucks.
Yeah. Those were
Oh,
much.
food trucks. I didn't even know that part. They have food trucks there?
They have food trucks. So
Wow.
it gave you a bit of variety. Some places they'll have, I say some places, other resorts had a restaurant that was open and you basically ate whatever cuisine they offered. But this one, they gave you three different options and they were very different. So I think one was like an Asian fusion. Another one was, they said local cuisine, but it was very like surf and turf type meals. And the other one, I don't remember,
It
but I
was
know
like
I enjoyed it.
tapas, like Spanish
Yep,
tapas.
that was what it was.
Oh, wow. That sounds incredible.
And
Okay.
they said everything at all three of the food trucks were gluten friendly.
That's good.
So
Friendly.
it was great. And the food trucks were available during like the odd hours when they were switching from lunch to dinner at the main restaurants or, after they closed. It was just a clutch option and the quality was no less than,
No.
the main restaurants.
Wow. So never one bad meal
There
at
were no
Sandals.
misses.
It
So
was
everything you ate. So, and I love food. And look, so this is one of my favorite topics. So did you have like seafood, steak, like what types of meals? Asian fusion, like what was your best like cuisine that you had there?
That is so hard, honestly, because we've talked about this. I probably have to narrow it down to like top three. They had salmon with rice and peas, and that was it
good.
was just it was so flavorful. It was just fire. It was so good.
Nice.
And then at Zuka's, the Latin fusion restaurant, which we really loved. I had some bomb red snapper. It was really good. And we're West African, like red snapper, that is like something we have very often. It's a big, to do, but it was so good. And then my third favorite was probably Vincent, which is like the French restaurant. It had some duck there that was very good. So you see, very different, right? We've had the rice and peas, we had the red snapper, and then we had French duck.
Wow, very good. And that's so good because there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
And how was like the service? So again, with it being new and sometimes like with the new resort, service could be a little bit slow when it comes to like your dining options. Like how was that? Was it coming out like in a timely fashion? Did you have to wait in line? Did you have to make a reservation for anything?
So for Zuka, the Latin fusion restaurant, and Vincent, the French restaurant, you did have to make reservations.
Okay.
But for all the others, it was, first come, first serve.
Great.
I would say for those, the service was at a different level than others. The others, again, some of the logistical things are still being worked out, but you could definitely tell that there's active training going on. So it's like you're seeing the improvements day by day. Like we've noticed a difference between day 1 and day 6 or wherever we left.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And they would like remember our faces and they'd say, okay, so you have this allergy and you have this sensitivity. And that just for us, that was like the extra mile. And
absolutely,
like Isaac said, you could tell, you could see who was being trained and who was doing the training, who was more experienced from another resort coming to support. But if there was a delay, they were really apologetic and they went above and beyond just to make sure we left satisfied that night. But the service, I think, besides the view and the food, that was probably what was most memorable, the people working there.
That is so good. They have a really great staff. Like, Sandals is, I knew you would love it because I remember, I remember you reached out, you weren't sure where you wanted to go. You did Mexico, you did Jamaica, and then I told you about Curacao. I think I gave you another option. And with here, I'm like, Sandals, like you can't go wrong, although it's brand new, but I know they're excellent. So, I mean, I'm just so happy you got to experience it. And I'm happy to get this feedback from you because this will help other people decide if they want to, you know, if they want to book there. And I forgot to ask about your accommodations. So your room, well, tell us about your room and like if you did room service, like what that was like.
Okay, so the room was very clean, which is important to both of us. You know, you don't want to go anywhere and travel and just find stuff you didn't expect to see in a room. So, you know, they took care of us. The rooms were very clean. Room service was great. We didn't order room service, but
Okay.
I mean, we had everything we needed. They continuously stocked the bar. Food was open late. They actually had a pizza. I know we're talking about food kind of transition, but they actually have a pizza bar that's open from like 11 to 2. So if you got hungry late after like the shows, you could just go there and order a pizza and they'd have it ready for you. So
Excellent. Good to know.
And you know, like regarding the rooms, one thing we noticed, because we would come back to the room after like exploring, and we're like, wait a minute, got fresh towels. Or wait a minute, like that's organized. I think they came in maybe like 3 times a day just to make sure everything was good. We didn't need anything. And we had a beautiful view. Like our balcony overlooked the ocean.
That's nice. Did you have like a full ocean view? I can't remember. It was a full ocean?
I don't know. It was partial.
Okay, but that's beautiful.
It wasn't far away, so if I looked for too long, I'm out there. So
right. That is so good.
Our room, we didn't order room service, but you would see like the people coming in to clean or restock the mini fridge. And I remember once Isaac walked by a gentleman who had this like guava juice. It was like this Minute Maid guava juice that we've never seen here, clearly only in the Caribbean. And it was so good. And he just mentioned like, oh, that's so good. And the guy was like, what's your room number? He's like, I got you. And when we walked in, we had like 4 extra cans there.
Oh my goodness.
It was like the little things that just, you know, took it above and beyond.
So what did you think about the drinks? I have a lot of clients and I honestly, I like my cocktails. So how were the drinks there? Did they have top shelf? Like, were they, you know, were they up to par? What did you think about the cocktails?
I thought they were good. I believe they had top shelf. Honestly, we were so active. I don't think we invested as much. I mean, but everything they brought us was delicious.
Yes.
Like there was nothing that we were like, what is this? No, it was pretty good.
It was. Okay. So I'm not like much of a drinker, but for me, I always say just make it sweet. Sweet and fruity, you know. So I love that every restaurant we went to and anytime we dined, they would offer us a drink suggestion. They'd say like, what do you like? I got you. I got a recommendation. So me, I can't put a name to a drink. Say like, give me something sweet and colorful. They're like, baby girl, I got you. They have which is now my favorite drink that they introduced me to. It's called the Aphrodisiac.
Really?
And it was made at the French restaurant, Vincent. Really good.
Was that a frozen drink or it was a cocktail? Okay.
Cocktail.
Wow. Okay. The Aphrodisiac. Y'all got to get that.
Yes.
All right. So you said you were really active. So tell us like daytime activities that they had, nighttime activities. Like how was the entertainment? What did you think about that?
Daytime activities. For us, it was wake up, beach.
Yes.
We went paddleboarding, kayaking, you know,
all included.
All of those were included within this resort. So it was first come, first serve. I know some other people went scuba diving and they had snorkeling available within the compound. So you could literally go into the water and then after a certain point, it would just drop down and you're looking like, oh, wait, it was like 30 feet deep. And you got to see angelfish. There was an eel.
sea
Wow.
urchins.
We got to,
Oh my
the sea
goodness.
urchin.
So you were able to walk in from the beach and then you go, wow, and you saw all those
Yes.
fish. Oh
Absolutely. The water was so
Yeah, that was crazy.
clear. I think it was the clearest water we experienced. And every time I go on a trip, I'm like, oh, this is the clearest water. Every time you book us, I'm like, no, this is. It was
wow.
so clear and it was so warm and comfortable. It was just ideal.
It
That's
was.
so nice.
And the way that
You got
everything
me.
was organized, they
Yeah.
made it so that like you could come out to the beach, and if you wanted privacy, you can have privacy. But if you wanted to engage others, you want to just talk, socialize, kind of build relationships, that was available. And the lifeguards there were incredible, very
Yeah.
friendly. They're trying to teach me how to float, but
Oh. It wasn't happening.
I mean, I think I got it. I improved. We'll say that.
Okay, that's
I got
good.
better day by day.
And that you had a good time.
Again, with all the included like snorkeling trips, diving certification opportunities, the paddle boarding, kayaking, you know, all the activities, people are engaged everywhere.
Right.
So it was big enough so you felt like you had space, but small enough where you kind of felt like a little community by the end of the week. Like
Right.
you would meet couples,
Mm-hmm.
we're at the same spots on the beach daily. And so you kind of connect that way. You would meet people, dancing at night.
Right.
So yeah, it was just great. They had like evening shows and events
Yep.
that
How it
include.
goes. Their shows are excellent. Like, what did you think about it?
Yeah, what we saw, I think, was great. Like, there were times where we're like, we're gonna get another round of food. We're gonna get some more drinks, some more food, just chill
Right.
out. But what we saw was great. They had like competitions and game shows, and
Mhm.
they had what's called a fire performance, like a fire show, and we like the piano bar, jazz lounge
Right.
area.
So they had an alternative option for those who are a little bit more lively at night. You can go and watch the shows for the mellow. It's past my bedtime, but I'm on vacation trying to stay up.
Right.
Folks, they had like a jazz lounge, and they had people doing just different song requests, or they would come perform their set, and then after a while, take song requests. So it was a really nice vibe.
And the gym was nice. It was a nice size.
The gym was
Yes.
this was the best gym I've actually been to on
Wow.
vacation.
Yeah.
So very clean. They had a lot of equipment, and yeah. So I was actually excited to go work out.
That's good. Wow. That's really good. And on vacation too. Excited
On
to work out.
vacation. Yeah.
So we're about to close this, but I just want to ask one question to you. So a lot of times I have potential clients that reach out and they say to me, so, what's the difference with me booking with you, a travel agent, as opposed to me booking online myself? So I want you to answer the question like, I don't know if you had a travel agent before you started with me or if you booked online, but what is the difference for you with working with me?
Wow. I would say, one, you're fantastic.
Absolutely.
Adrian is fantastic. Not just because you're here. Like I would, even if you weren't, I would take the same thing. Adrian.
You've recommended a lot of people to me, so thank you. That shows.
Yes.
Yeah. So you just offer such a fantastic service. There's a lot of information online that's not always accurate. So
Yes.
to be able to have someone who has the experience, whether firsthand or know somebody personally who's been to a resort, gives you a level of just peace and just like peace of mind, knowing that you're making a good decision.
Mhm.
So that's really helpful. And then you always provide so much information. So we're never having to go and search. Like we haven't had to go look for, okay, what are the requirements during COVID to enter this country, or what things do we need to keep in mind while traveling? How do we book travel from the airport to the resort? So, and then you always provide recommendations to different experiences, excursions, or just places on whatever island we go to that we should try out. So there's just so much value that you provide that yes, I could probably I could try, but I don't even know that I would have the expertise to be able to do what you do. So it's easily it's an easy investment on my from my perspective.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for that.
He nailed it. I mean, he's so right about that. And I don't want to wait until I'm on vacation to start relaxing. If I can start unwinding proactively,
Right.
in advance, I'm going to do that. And you make it so easy to, like, you ask us, like a couple of questions, what are your priorities? Where are you looking to go? And by now, this is our third trip. Like, you have a really great profile of us
She
as a
does.
couple. Like, your recommendations have been on point. You open our minds up to places we have not even considered.
Right.
And so I'm gonna just tell you straight up, go with Adrian. Do yourself a favor. Go. It's just so worth it. We tell everybody. I think they're wondering, like, do you get kickback? It's no kickback. She's just
How
the
could it,
boss.
I got another recommendation. Like, oh my God, guys, thank you. Like, do y'all secretly invest in her company? Thank you so much for that feedback. But thank you again for even doing this video with me, because again, it's helpful for me, because obviously I needed feedback from you so that I can, let all my other clients know, because I definitely want to send them, and then it helps the viewers too. So thank you so much for doing this. Obviously, we will speak again soon. I think Isaac's birthday is it December?
Yes, see, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe we'll do a birthday trip again, Liz. But thank you so much for doing this, and I hope you two enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you. You do the same.
Thank you.
Take care.
For those that are interested in booking this incredible property and to work with me, send me an email to adrian@breathlessgetaways.com. We only take on a select amount of clients each month, so we can give that one-on-one attention to each one of you. So send me an email and I will let you know my availability. And until then, safe travels.